What's up? It's your boy, Dr. Fax, and we're back for some Week 16 picks. I got my guys in the studio. We got Reed, we got Matt, and we got Tanner. And also, Matt is going to be giving us some props in our new little segment, Give Me Props. This is going to be a great show. We got some great bets. Let's check it out.
Week 16, we got some bets for y'all. Nate's coming in hot. Now, remember, these picks that we've been giving out, they're parlays. They're not high. These aren't our big bets. That these are your pay off the house.
Don't back it now, bro.
No, I'm just saying. Like we do pretty good on our other picks.
You can bet them as high as you want.
Yeah. But these are high odds, high risk. But Nate, first looking at the slate, are there any games that you're zeroing in on? Any lines that you like right off the bat?
Right off the bat, I like the New York Giant line. We have Michael Penix, a rookie, getting his first start, and they have it at plus 8.5.
Plus 8.5. Giants are getting 8.5 points, and it opened at 10. And then when Penix Jr. was announced, moved down to 8.5.
And it moved down for a reason, because it's a start. It's his first start, and also, I don't know if the line if it affected it or not, or if it should, but we got Drew Lock playing. I don't think anyone was thinking Drew Lock would get another start for the Giants before this season was over, because realistically, they do need to lose these games, but I'm taking the Giants plus 4.5. I'm moving that line.
Lock it in.
And you get plus 165 on that. Nothing against Michael Penix. I just think playing quarterback in the National Football League is very hard. And for him to come in right away and to win a game by 9 to 10 points, I think is asking a lot. So do I think they're going to get the win? Yes. More realistic, I think Younghoe Koo kicks a field goal for them to win at the end of the game.
Younghoe, and that totals at 42. They expect him to score a little bit of points.
Maybe
there. Any other picks you like from this slate?
Yeah, another one is I like the Jets 3.5 point dogs. I think Aaron Rodgers this is audition time for him. And I think if him and Davante Adams, I don't know, the second half of last game, if that starts to carry over just a little bit from here on out, I think they will at least be competitive in a lot of these games. And also, Aaron Rodgers has a lot of off-the-field media stuff going on right now. And I think for him, he knows if he plays well, he can promote that stuff better. So I think he's thinking about that right now, because there's nothing to think about on the field wise. So he has to think about everything as a whole. So
yeah, but the Rams are thinking about the playoffs. You're not worried about that?
I am, but the Rams, they can win a game by 1, or they can win a game by 3. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is just laying it down. And he also is a guy that I feel like, yeah, the Rams are trying to make the playoffs, but how great would it be if Aaron Rodgers could put a damper in someone else's season?
How about this?
Misery loves company when it comes to the NFL.
In his career, Aaron Rodgers is 8-0 against the spread against the Rams, the most wins without a loss for any QB.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, but that was against a lot of the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, some of them, but still, it's in there. And one player, do you think Garrett Wilson's going to have after Davante Adams' second half that just skyrocketed him, and Garrett Wilson on the sideline saying 1-on-1, throw me the ball? Is he in any of your props this weekend?
He is not in any of my props. I think Aaron Rodgers will probably throw him the ball this week, but we will see.
I hope the Rams troll and just put man coverage on Garrett Wilson every single play.
Honestly, that would be funny if he did that, because maybe if you want to get in their head, you put him in man coverage and Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw the ball to him 1 or 2 times, he probably will lose a gasket.
Smart.
You got another alt spread?
Last alt spread I have for this weekend, I am going with the Philadelphia Eagles against the Commanders. Everyone's high on the Commanders, but right now I'm high on the Eagles. I think A.J. Brown what he did, I think timing-wise, it was perfect. I think he refocused that entire locker room with just one comment, got the quarterback back on track. Saquon didn't have the best of games last week, but they're winning. And I think this is a game that screams Saquon going crazy all over it. It's in DC. It's against Jaden Daniels. It's bright lights. It's a big game. You're coming off you've had 150, 200-yard game, all-purpose yard games this season. Then you're coming off a game where you had like 60 something, like altogether. I think this is a game Saquon Barkley breaks out and has maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think the Eagles right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. So I'm moving this line. I think the Eagles win by -6.5. So I think they win by a touchdown, and you get that at +135. I think that's good value. I think Eagles are right now thinking about the Super Bowl, and I think they're just a team. They're clicking at the right time. They had that little media thing for a few days. You play a great game, you put that to rest. You come out here, you beat this team handily, and I think just rolling into the postseason, it'll be good vibes for the Eagles.
A good pick for sure. The Eagles beat the Commanders by 8 the first time around, 26-18, and the Eagles are 3-0 against the spread against the NFC East so far this season. They finished with the Commanders this weekend, the Giants, and the Cowboys, and they're already 3-0 against those teams this year. We've got something a little fun for you today.
You guys ready for the give me props?
That's
segment?
what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
All right.
Props.
Matt's
me
going to
the-
fire some
Matt.
props at us.
You
Nate
guys
and I are going to say if it'll hit, if it's not going to hit. We're
Yeah.
going to decide if we like it or not.
give me the over or the under, and hopefully we agree on some, then we can put them in.
Mhm.
All right, so Steelers, Ravens. Steelers have the vaunted rush defense. TJ Watt's health is a little bit in question. Derrick Henry's total rushing yards is at 80.5. You guys like the over or the under on Henry's rushing?
Over.
Give me under.
Ooh.
I think that the rushing yards are going to go to Lamar. I think Lamar is I just feel like this is going to be a heavy Lamar rushing game, so that might cut into Derrick Henry, but we all know, like, you get a ball on the 10-yard line, Derrick Henry could smash that over with one run. So
Henry had 13 carries for 65 yards the first time they matched up.
yeah.
He wants some redemption. He's like, it's an AFC East battle.
It's
AFC North. He is going for the throat.
It's one thing to want it. It's another thing to actually get it. I
That's
just
true.
feel like the Steelers are a defense that they kind of showed they can withstand that for that, like, that keep pounding, and then Derrick Henry ends up running for 50 yards. I think the Steelers, they know, like, hey, if we can hold this guy to 3 to 4 yards, like, we'll be in this game. We'll be good. We just can't let them break loose on those.
Can't let him get the big one.
Yeah, the 25
Yeah.
plus like yards, that'll kill them.
Good key to success. What's
Yeah,
the next one?
That's a good start. I worry a little bit about Justice Hill taking the third down reps.
and
That's
that's-
like
yeah.
my one concern.
Yep.
But I probably lean over. All right, so Texans at the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes' status is not super clear at this point. Suffered an ankle injury last week. His partner in crime, Travis Kelce, his total is 43.5 receiving yards. You guys like the over or the under?
Under.
I
All
like-
love to Kelsey, but the under.
I like the over. I think Kelsey's due, even though they have Gray is the new Kelsey. Gray
Exactly.
Gray is the new Kelsey. But I think that teams at some point are gonna have to realize that, and you might have to shift your focus, like when they're both out there, and you might start focusing on putting your better players towards Gray, and that now leaves Travis Kelce open, and maybe that starts to come to fruition. But it's hard betting him right now.
It is hard
Like,
betting him.
It's hit or miss, and we don't know what's going on with who's going to play quarterback.
Yeah, it definitely is difficult. I mean, even if Carson Wentz plays, he's been a pro quarterback before. He's an MVP. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. He knows who to look for. I think it'll be close, but I take the under in Kelsey's receiving yards. All love to Kelsey. But 2 reasons. Noah Gray,
Doesn't
like you
sound
said.
like it. Doesn't sound like it.
Huh?
That doesn't sound like all love.
No, it is all love.
You can't like hate.
In the
doesn't know-
playoffs.
Reed doesn't know how to hate.
You can't.
There's
you
no
can't-
hatred in his
You
body.
can't hate and then say it's all love.
It's not hate at all. It's just not going to be this week. It's totally fine. 2 reasons: because Noah Gray is going to play well, and we've got Noah Gray on my fantasy teams. We need him to perform. We're in the playoffs. We got to do well.
Selfish gains.
And everyone knows Kelsey ramps it up in the playoffs. He's going to fire up like after week 18, after the Broncos get that win in week 18, he's going to just take off in the playoffs and deliver another Super Bowl. Probably.
All right, 2 more props.
Give me
Eagles
props.
Commanders. We're all very much looking forward to that game.
Yeah, we are.
Jaden Daniels passing yards total 213.5.
I think over. I'm going to say over. I think he's going to sling it a little bit. He's going to sling. He wants that offensive rookie of the year. He wants that. He's going to throw it. And plus he's going to like Nick said, bright lights. They're bringing the Eagles are coming to town. He wants to drop some dimes on some dudes' heads.
And they need
Over.
that game too. They could be in trouble in the wild card race if they keep losing.
Trouble. I am also going over for Jaden Daniels, but the reason why is different is because I think they're going to get blown out. And like you got the end of the game where you just get a lot of those like 20 yards to Terry McLaurin, like 20 yards to this guy. Where
you're banking on the game script, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter. But I think the Commanders are going to try to heavy Brian Robinson, heavy zone read option, Jaden Daniels pull and run. I think they're going to have a lot of that. I mean, Scary Terry been dropping passes. Like, obviously, they're going to take shots with him. But I think this is going to be more of a gritty game. Like, maybe they'll take a few shots, and if Terry McLaurin can catch a few bombs or Ertz or somebody, like, this will be close. It'll probably be, what's the line?
213.5.
Yeah.
I like the over. All right, last one. We got a new quarterback starting this weekend. Michael Penix Jr. His touchdown prop is 1.5 touchdowns passes. You going over or under?
Under.
Over, dude. They're going to let him rip it.
No, I think if anything, if you want to get spicy, you pick 2 rushing touchdowns by Penix. I think the Falcons right now, I think they're about to turn into a heavy rushing team or rushing threat team. I think
I think you're wrong. I think they're gonna do like the opposite. They've been forced to be a rushing team because like Cousins can't throw, and they couldn't even really do play action because he couldn't move around. Like, I think they're going to start throwing the ball a lot this weekend.
I think because
a lot,
like you said, but like I think because he can move around, I think that's going to open up and it's going to make like defenses respect different things, and that I think is going to open up more lanes for Bijan and Algier. But I do like I just don't think the chemistry between London and like some of the top receivers that they have is going to automatically be there because he's not practicing and throwing them the ball week to week. Like, he just started.
And he's a lefty.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like different things. But he's a great player. I mean, he's first rounder, top 10 pick. Like, this is what you get picked for. So
I like betting in these situations where there's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah,
like
it's
there's
the
not a lot of data about like, what to expect, so you can really go with your gut.
They're gonna go out there and run some schoolyard bullshit.
Hell
some
yeah,
schoolyard bullshit.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing about it too. They like, that's what's weird is because he can get 2 touchdowns doing that. Like, you know, in the red zone doing that little flip pass. Like, you know, like I think they will be trying to, like, you know, get their guy on the board for touchdowns and stuff like that. So I think, you know, like, it's going to be hard, but I'm still going to go under. I'm still going to go under. I think, like, if anything, he'll run the ball in. Giants defenses.
That one will be close. It'll be a good one to watch.
Dexy too.
You guys want to team up for a long shot parlay?
Let's dive right in.
Let's
do
it.
Nate, what do you got?
First leg, my leg. I am going with Chase Brown to record 50+ receiving yards.
I love the pick.
I like that.
And we're getting that at plus 333. And I just feel like Joe Burrow, he just slings that rock all over the place. And realistically, Against the Browns, this could be 2 screen passes. This could be 1 screen pass for Chase Brown, but hopefully he just doesn't end on 45 plus receiving yards. Just either get 50 plus receiving yards or get like 3. Not close, but that's the first leg.
Matt, what leg you got?
All right, so Lions are down David Montgomery. I think they're going to be hesitant to just give over the whole rushing load to Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm especially hoping that like first down and goal line rushes, they go with Craig Reynolds. So Craig Reynolds, anytime touchdown, plus 333.
Good pick. I'm going another running back as well. James Conner, 2 touchdowns. He's been running well all season. The Cardinals, they're going to make a push for this NFC West play to win the NFC West. And the Panthers haven't stopped anybody all season on defense. Carolina's dead last in adjusted line yards, while Arizona ranks 3rd in adjusted line yards before a contact per attempt. James Conner, take him over yards, take him over touchdowns. He's going to do it all. What's our little payout on that bet there, player?
So we all put $5 on it. So a $15 bet for these 3 legs parlay together. You get plus 7,399 odds for a payout of $1,124.93.
Let's get it.
We some nice pocket change rolling into Christmas week. Christmas is next week, guys.
That's wild.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
You said the other day that BetMGM helped you out for the holidays because you bet, as we all know, the Broncos over win total, moved that number to 8.5. It hit last week. You got paid. BetMGM helped you. You, because your brain is so smart, helped you have a great holiday season. But
because he got so lucky.
The problem is,
I planned it just right.
The problem is the team that helped you you rode on the back of the Broncos the whole season. They helped you get there, and the second you hit the finish line, you threw them right in the trash. Now they're playing tonight. They're playing the Chargers.
And boy, am I happy that I hit my total when I did, because it doesn't look good for the Broncos. It doesn't look good for the Broncos. And speaking of that, for tonight, I think both these quarterbacks, they like to sling the rock. So we're going to see a lot of passing. Guys, if they can catch the ball, if they can get open, you see a lot of receiving yards. And who I like, because I did follow the Broncos up until this point, so I know some of the players that I like them getting into the season. I think they're going to be pivotal for these last couple of games before they go on vacation to Mykonos. But tonight, I think Devon Vele, I got him plus 75 receiving yards. That is a lot, but he is a guy that he gets open. Bo Nix does throw him the ball. I don't know how much Bo Nix is going to throw the ball tonight, but they do take shots. They take shots. That's the one thing the Broncos are going to do, and they take shots to all their guys. And I think Vele is a guy. He's due for a big game, so we're going with him in the first leg. Next leg.
Big target, 6'5". He only had 1 target last week against the Colts. I like that. He's going to go after him
6'5" is huge
tonight.
It's huge for a receiver, all those big receivers. Next up, we got maybe one of my new favorite players, Lab McConkey, to record 75 plus receiving yards also. I think that's a little low for him, but sometimes I like to have a short shot in a parlay bet. Makes you feel good if you lose. Hey, I got this. And I think this is probably going to be that leg, because Lab McConkey, he knows how to get open and he catches the rock. I think obviously he's their number 1 receiver on the Chargers, and for them to win this game or be competitive, they obviously have to find different ways to get him the ball. So 75 plus.
He catches 75% of his targets, which is ridiculous.
I love it.
But he's going to have a tough matchup with Jaquan McMillan in the slot tonight.
Yeah, maybe. The next up, we have Kimani Vidal to combine for 50 plus rushing and receiving yards. Chargers running back, I think it's just they throw the ball, and with running backs who play on third down, you have to be able to block. You always have to also, if your quarterback gets in trouble, you have to be able to turn around, catch the ball, and run. I think that hopefully will to equate to 50 plus rushing or receiving yards. You parlay those three things together, you get plus 4,500 odds on it for a nice little payout.
I like that Vidal pick. The Chargers have been struggling to run the ball with Gus Edwards, and it looks like they've been leaning into Vidal a little bit more each week. And he's also a guy that, they drafted and they want to develop. So I definitely like that leg.
And since J.K. Dobbins went on IR, the Chargers are 30th in EPA play and 31st in success rate. So they need a little something to jumpstart them. It's a good pick.
And why not on Thursday night?
Thursday night, watching the Broncos lock in their playoff appearance. A win tonight gets them in the playoffs. We'll see it. We're gonna see it.
Tonight gets them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Win and you're in.
Win and you're in. And then you can, all that hate you've been giving the Broncos the last couple of days, you can send it to the Chargers.
It hasn't been hate. You're just taking it the wrong way. I'm just happy that I don't have to sweat a bet anymore.
Good for you. I'm glad you won.
Thank you. Thank you.